We often talk about mystery because mystery is where the unseen lives, where the unexplained lingers. It's where facts end and wonder begins, where certainty dissolves and shadows whisper things the light never could. Mystery is the void between what we know and what we fear. It's in the silence between two heartbeats, the darkness behind closed eyes, the stillness that follows a scream. Mystery fascinates us because it gives no answers, only questions. And we, curious creatures that we are, cannot help but chase them. From ancient civilizations buried beneath sands, to lights that dance across the night sky, to the eerie stories we whisper around campfires. We seek mystery because it reminds us that the world is more than the sum of what we understand. But for all the strange places and events we've come across, none compare to the greatest mystery of all. Have you ever truly wondered what that might be? In my eyes, it's death, the end of life, the final breath, the moment when everything we've ever known disappears. Isn't it strange? We build civilizations, fly to space, write poetry, fall in love, fight wars, plant forests, and imagine futures. We plan and prepare, dream and design, control and conquer. But there is one moment in our lives over which we have absolutely no control. That moment is death. We can't delay it with logic. We can't debate it with reason. We can't buy our way out or beg it to wait. It doesn't care about your schedule, your dreams, your prayers, or your past. It doesn't need permission. It doesn't knock. It doesn't warn. It just chooses you. We plan for years, for marriages, children, promotions, retirements. We imagine who we'll be in a decade, how our stories will unfold. But the truth is, we don't even own our next breath. Death is always a single heartbeat away, and yet, we live as if we are immortal, as if we are owed more time, more days, more moments, more chances. But death doesn't bargain, and that's what makes it so mysterious. Not just because it ends life, but because of what it begins. What happens next? Some say we return to dust. Others believe in heaven or hell or reincarnation. Some claim to have glimpsed it on an operating table, in the final seconds of drowning, in the moments between here and there. Bright lights, tunnel visions, peaceful whispers, or sometimes sheer nothingness, and still the truth remains, no one truly knows. That's the terror. That's the beauty. That's the mystery. Today's episode is about that very thing, the silent enigma that follows death, one that leaves behind no clues, no whispers, just absence. And a few days ago, that enigma returned. It arrived in a moment so sudden, so violent, so unexpected. It turned headlines into obituaries, smiles into silence. 242 souls boarded a plane, a Boeing 787, ordinary, familiar, trusted. They laughed, texted loved ones, buckled in. Some prayed, some dozed off, some watched the clouds. All of them living, fully, unaware of what fate had already written. The aircraft lifted into the sky above Ahmedabad, and just moments later, it fell. No fireball, no explosion in the air, just a mechanical silence, and then a scream of metal and gravity. The flight went down near BJ Medical College. It struck a building. Debris rained, flames rose, and death didn't only take those in the sky. It came for those on the ground. Students, families, bystanders, people who weren't traveling, who had no ticket, no seat number, no reason to die that day. But their names were written too. This is what we mean when we say the greatest mystery is death, because it does not discriminate, it does not need a reason, and it does not reveal its logic. Initial reports suggest mechanical failure. Some say the landing gear never retracted. Others point to a possible flap malfunction. The pilot sent a mayday, but there just wasn't time. Time, what a cruel thing time is. When we have it, we waste it. When we run out of it, we beg for more. But when death decides, even time steps aside. Eyewitnesses say the plane descended too fast, that it tilted in a way planes shouldn't, that it didn't make sense, that it looked deliberate or impossible. Some experts suggest cyber interference, others suspect human error. A few, in hushed tones, even mention sabotage. And some say, we'll never really know. The black boxes were recovered. Inside them, voices, data, readings. Maybe they'll offer answers. Or maybe they'll just deepen the mystery, because facts can explain how. But mystery demands we ask, why? Why them? Why that flight? Why now? These are questions death never answers. Between life and death lies only a whisper-thin veil. For some, that veil is torn by accident. For others, illness. For some, it's a long wait. For others, a flash. One breath here, gone the next. We live as if we're promised something, but nothing is promised. Not the next hour, not the next hug, not the next goodbye. We say, see you later, not knowing it might be forever. We go to sleep, not knowing if we'll wake. And the people on that plane, they didn't know either. They were just like us, dreaming, planning, living. And now, their stories. Names etched into reports, faces frozen in time, photographs surrounded by candles. What do we make of that? Some say it's fate, some say it's chaos. Some turn to God, others turn to science. But the truth is, death sits outside of both. It is not bound by belief or biology. It's the ending written into every birth. And yet, it's not hopeless. Because perhaps death isn't just about ending life. Maybe it's about honoring it. Measuring what we do with the breaths we still have. Asking what legacy we'll leave and what stories will be told when we're gone. Death doesn't care about fame or wealth or beauty. It only cares about truth. The truth of who we were. What we loved. Who we held close. So what is this strange game between life and death? Maybe it's not a game at all. Maybe it's a reminder, a warning, a whisper that says, live. While you still can. Speak the words, take the trip, say the apology, chase the dream. Because when death arrives, it does not pause for your regrets. If this episode left you thinking or feeling something deeper, we want to hear from you. Leave a comment below, share your story, and don't forget to like and subscribe because here on Gleaming Mysteries, we don't just explore the unexplained. We honor the questions time forgot. Stay curious, stay aware, and above all, stay alive while you can.